Severance Season 2 is officially wrapped up its run on Apple TV Plus with the final episode releasing last night, and yeah, simply put, this show has officially proven itself to be an all-timer. I was left speechless long after the credits began to roll. I'm mainly going to touch on the second season in this video, but general thoughts as a whole, I think this is one of the most clever TV shows I think I've ever seen. The way it builds mystery and tension and emotion is legitimately unlike anything I've ever seen in any TV show ever. The concept is so ambitious, like you change into a completely different person when you go to work, and then you change back to your Audi, your normal self, when you leave work. It's so ambitious and intriguing that it hooks you from the very start of the first episode and literally never lets you go. Both seasons, in my opinion, are perfect, and only through 2 seasons this has already become one of my favorite television shows of all time. Absolutely astonishing stuff. I thought the second season as a whole was very, very slightly weaker than the first, as I think the lows of the second season are a bit lower than the lows of the first season, the predecessor. I think season 2's biggest low is, the lowest rated show and the most the lowest rated episode and the most polarizing episode of the whole show, Sweet Vitriol, episode 8. You've probably heard of it if you're into this show. I'm not really a fan of that episode personally, but everything else, the highs are absurdly high. The final episode in particular is, and I know this is going to sound super hyperbolic, but I firmly believe that this final episode, with no recency bias, is one of the best episodes of television I have ever seen. Shot to perfection, performed to perfection, written to perfection. It is so beyond impressive. This show wouldn't work as well if the cast wasn't so charismatic and incredible in their respective roles. Adam Scott, Britt Lowry, John Turturro, and Jack Cherry are unbelievable in this show. Something that'll always impress me in the world of filmmaking is when actors are able to play dual roles in the same project and have the characters play off one another and feel different from their counterparts. And there is a lot in this show, obviously, with the innies and the outies. This is more prominent towards Mark and Helly, but you know what I mean. Just absolutely generational talent. Visually, this show is so beautiful, dude. The color grading, the lighting, the set design, the blocking, it is so aesthetically pleasing. If I mention Severance visuals, I might as well mention the 7th episode, I think, of the second season. A bottled episode of sorts that is sort of just shot to perfection. It is probably the highest rated Severance episode according to IMDb, I think. An episode that had me questioning what the hell I just watched after the credits began to roll. Now touching more on the final episode from yesterday of the second season, specifically, yeah, it's a masterpiece. This season has a lot of plot lines and plot threads that it got a bit overwhelming at times, and I was a bit afraid that they were gonna have to stuff all of that into like a 40-minute episode. So having this be the longest episode of the entire show, clocking in at around 80 minutes, is, very, very justified. I'm really happy they did that. The payoffs feel earned and satisfying, and the cinematographer of the show has been saying how great the final shot of the final episode of season 2 is. She said it's like the greatest shot she's ever done in her whole career, and having seen it, yeah, it's phenomenal. It's satisfying, it's emotional, it's also just devastating all in one frame. A work of art, in my opinion. Overall, Severance is one of my favorite shows of all time. It is the second season, sticking the landing, is what solidified that. What an episode, what a season, what a show, dude. It's incredible.